Welcome back to this Let's Play series on Football Manager 2024. My name is Paul, also known as the Northman, and thank you for joining me for FM24 Beta, this short series with Basel, which it's going okay, but it's also going quite bad. Now, if you are new here, please make sure you do go down and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated. It helps boost my ego, grow the channel, and just make me feel very good about myself. Now, can you go down and drop in the comments? Let me know, how are you finding the game? We're now pretty much a week into it. Beta's been out for a week now. How is it going, basically? How is it going? Are you enjoying it? Are you finding it easy? Are you finding it difficult? How are you finding it? Just comment below. And if you're watching this in a month, 2 months, how have you found it so far? Do you like it? Do you find FV games getting better? Comment below, let me know. The more comments on a video, the better, because it tells YouTube that you think this content is worth talking about. So, we're going to move on. We're going to discuss how badly I've been doing in certain aspects. And I'm going to flash you my transfer screen. You got excited there when I said flash you. We're going to look at the transfer screen, but I'm not going to go through the players. That's gonna stay for the next video. I'm sorry. So we failed, obviously, getting to the knockout stage of the Conference League, going out in the qualifying round. They are delighted with our league performance, but we also failed in the cup. Yeah, it's not been going the best in certain aspects of the game, shall we say. Now, financially, we are shipping money. We're at 785k now. We're losing about $1 million a month, which is a bit of an issue. We are under our wage budget by quite a lot. If we go to the income side and go last month, so we got 887k on gate receipts, 275 on merch, corporate facilities brought 210k, and TV revenue 124. We really needed European football expenditure last month. So 850 was on wages. If we go back to income, our gate receipts does cover our wages. Ground maintenance are nearly $500,000. I mean, somebody must have damaged a lot of seats. Staff wages, 288. Youth setup was 288. Match day expenses was 232. Tax at 179. So there's not a lot of difference, but we are shipping money. Last month, expenditure was 2.7. Income last month was 1.7. So it is $1 million. It's $1 million difference. It doesn't look like that bad. It doesn't look that bad, but we're shipping about $1 million a month out. So we need to fix it, but I think that is where a club at this level is a selling club. Develop a player, sell them on. Mo Salah being an example. So going on to how it's been going since you were last with us. So you were last with us for... Yes, it's shameful, but I had to go and check when you were last with us. You were last with us for that AGF game, so I have jumped quite far forward. I did say I would. Try not to bore you guys too much, especially now we don't have European football. So we played up against Lugano and got 2-1 victory with Hunziker, our young striker, getting 2 in that game, which was nice. Then we played Muttons. Sounds like a old sheep, innit? Isn't that mutton? So we beat them 5-0. Drager, Barry, and Duberson with a hat-trick. Then we played Winterthur, nailed it. Got 2-1 victory over them. Cadde and Rug on the score sheet. We then got smashed. It was 1-0, but we were awful in this game against Stade Lassane Ushi. Lost the game 1-0, but honestly, I've never seen a game that bad. In all these games, we just didn't turn up. But we then beat Grasshopper 4-0. Aziz, Barry, Marcondes and Marvin on the score sheet. Marvin with his first goal there and also broke the youngest goal scorer record. We then played St. Gallen, got 2-1 victory. Duberson and Leon Barisic, our defender, on the score sheet. This was huge. We then went to Young Boys and got 3-2 victory. And wow, we were 1-0 down, pulled it back to 1-1, 2-1 down, and then 2-2, 3-2 to us. Barisic, Marcondes and Kormas on the score sheet. We then played Zurich at home and dropped points. And we looked quite good. We just couldn't get the victory, to be honest. We then played Cervantes in the cup and lost 1-0. And I recognise this player's name, so I went and checked him out. And he's a young player I used to always try to pick up from them. And I think it would have been around this time I managed the club on Football Manager, because when I looked at 12 to 16, I thought to myself, I'm sure I recognise managing this guy as a young kid. But he scored the winner against us, which was annoying. We then played up against Lausanne and got a 2-1 victory. Arnstad and Xhaka on the score sheet. And then we came up against the only team who's beaten us in the league this season in that Lausanne Ushi, and got 2-1 victory. Now we were 2-0 up. They did pull one back, but we held on. Gatto and Draga on the score sheet. So we've gone to transfer history then. So we did speak that I was going to bring in this guy. The deal was pretty much on the table to get done. We have brought him in. He hasn't done as well as I hoped he would from the left wing, but he has definitely added us more options there. So I'm really pleased with how he's doing, to be fair. I would have liked it if he came in and hit the ground running. He hasn't done that. But we needed depth on the wing of quality, and he's definitely brought that in. And I did also sign somebody else. I thought I signed him to come in January, but he came straight away. Zachary Athakameh. Now, we were asked to bring in young players to develop for the future, and this kid looks fantastic. So I feel like these type of signings for Basel are the type of deals they would make in real life. So he's come in 1.1 million base, not all up front. I think it was like 200k up front, and then over the next few years we paid a little bit each 12 months. But very talented right back, so happy with that. In terms of players out, a couple of loan deals, nothing to mention there. Actually, there's one to mention. This Dorode Jovanic, one of our strikers who just wasn't getting game time, loaned him out 1.1 million, plus another 1.1 million if they want to sign him, plus they're paying his wages. I thought it was a really good deal. So he's gone out, he's playing in Israel now and Maccabi Tel Aviv. So we wish him well. But like I say, we've got some transfers coming in. No spoilers, but you can see Hoyland's younger brother is joining us, the Manchester United striker. So happy days. But we're doing well. We're doing decent. We're playing good football. The adjustments I made was I got rid of the inverted fullback because I just couldn't get it to work in this team. I have been going between two different tactics. So we're going between this tactic here and this tactic here, and this tactic here is the one I'm using against the teams who maybe can create more of a threat against us. We don't create as much XG with this tactic, obviously, but it does give us a solid base which we can then push on from and create things. So I do like this as a standpoint away from home against good teams. Then when we need to, we switch up into this tactic here. Now, a player I do want to mention who's been getting a bit of game time, and as always, when you create a YouTube video, all of the down arrows just magically appear. He's been developing nicely until you see this screen here now. Go away, Football Manager. Why'd you lie like this? I promise he's been doing well. Okay, let's get into today's live com. It's against Grasshoppers, who are 9th in the league, but we need a victory here. If we can get a victory, we're looking strong. I was going to review the league table after the live com, but it probably is going to show up on the screen when we start. The only thing I would say is press conferences are exactly the same as FM23. You can literally click positive on the left hand side and skip through them. So I'm doing all the press conferences, etc., because I just feel like it does have a tiny impact doing all of them, but they're no different, which is probably the one disappointment I've had so far with FM24. So we're 20 minutes in, and we've not had a single highlight. Very nice. Oh, there we go. We haven't a highlight. So Vega plays it forward to Schmidt. Schmidt loses it. He's been very solid, but he has lost it. Down the side now, we block it, comes out, deflected over. Now, one of the changes you can see they have made is Schmidt has moved from centre mid to left back, which has freed up Vega to move into the middle. And our young 15-year-old Marvin have dropped off to the bench. And we have gone with that more experienced, I mean, they're both early 20s, but more experienced central defence partnership. But this has been a very, very poor first half. 0-0. Nothing has happened. I'm going to tell him I'm not pleased, we are going to switch the tactic up and go just slightly more offensive. I'm going to take off Xhaka and bring on Aziz and move Arnstad in that central midfield support, and Aziz can move in there because they will not be expecting the higher press, the more offensive tactic going in the second half. See if we can create something. We do have a corner early doors here, floated in. We don't get it, but it does come out. Dubas in now. The goal's the other way, mate. Here we go. Schmidt goes into Varga. He goes back to Barisic. Out to Draga. Right back. Come on. Goes back. We're passing it slowly. We're taking our time. Inside to Comas. Comas forward to Gatto. Gatto gets to that right-hand side byline. He loses it. Come on. They pass it inside. We do... no, they do play it out well. I said in the last video that I feel like we getting results in most games, but do we deserve to get results in a lot of them? I don't think so, and I honestly think it's still that situation where we don't look amazing, but we do end up getting results in a lot of the games. If we get results, then happy days, but it would be nice to see us look a little bit more dominant in some of the games. That would be nice. I'm just saying. Right, ball over the top. Barry doesn't get to it. They now have the ball just inside their own half. They go into the middle of the field. We do intercept it. Arnstad, Barry plays it out to Dubasin. Dubasin now gets down the byline. Put it across. Barry's there. Oh, put it across, man. Put it across. I'm taking him off for that. He's going to come off, and Marcones is going to come on. Dubasin did get dropped when Marcones came in, but Marcones never cemented that spot, and Dubasin has been fairly solid. I think he has 7-8 goals this season so far, which we will look at the goals so far, etc. after this game. But he's been decent. Ball down the right-hand side now for Grasshoppers. Oh, it's blocked. The keeper was in no man's land. Luckily blocked by the defender. Corbinu with the corner for Grasshoppers. Back post corner. We do get it away. Aziz now on the counter-attack. Let's go. Come on. On the hour. And he cuts back. Right, Gatto though. Oh, that touch. That touch was just shocking. Oh, he's fouled. Draga brings a man down. I would like to fire us up because we don't look that good, you know. Right, Vega to Arnstad. To Emiliano, who loses it straight away. Goes back to the central defence. Come on. But you see my point, that we don't look great. We don't look great. Right, Barisic now. Pick the pass. He does pick it. Aziz goes back to Barisic. To Arnstad. Emiliano now down the left-hand side. Tries to beat his man. Puts it in. All the way across. Draga heads it. Aziz doesn't get to it. Gatto now. Yes! Come on! He's gave the ball away a couple of times so far. But now he gets the goal. Now he gets the goal. 1-0. Emiliano floated well over. Edge of the box. Draga heads it in. Aziz doesn't get to it. It's their player who heads it down. And Gatto there is there to tuck it away to make it that 1-0. Now, we can drop back to our very solid tactic. Aziz can play there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Arnstad and bring on the experienced Fabian Frey. And I think I'm going to take off Barry for our youngster Hunziker. We do have one more sub, but I think I'm going to save that for maybe with about 10 minutes to go and make the change at right back. The right back, having two very good talented right backs, gives me that option to rotate them, and if I need to make a sub in the last couple of minutes to waste a bit of time, that's a position I can do it in. So we will probably do that one, unless an injury or something pops up. But this tactic we are using now is quite solid. We can make the odd adjustment like that just to make sure we do tighten up just a little bit. I have been trying, as always, to work on getting one tactic to be very solid defensively, and I do think we have that. because as you can see now, we just shut out a game with this tactic. It just shuts the game out and we get the win. Grasshoppers 0, Basel 1. Complete performance, confidence builds confidence. And if we go into the league table then, you can see we are sitting in first place and we are 7 points clear of second. And we have a game in hand, so we could go 10 points clear of Young Boys. Now we are 9 points clear of Lausanne, who have the same amount of games played. So we're in a position where we could look at winning the title season 1 and completing our objective of regaining a title for Basel. It's crazy because when we went out of Conference League and went out of the Cup, you think, we are a poor side. And as I say, we've not looked great, but we're getting the job done in the league. So top goal scorer then is Barry with 12 in 21 starts, 3 assists. And then you have Duberson, who has 8 in 15 starts. And then you have Kadri, who has 7 in 7 starts, 6 sub appearances. Aziz has picked up 5, so he's doing well as well. In terms of assists, we have 2 players on 9. Gatto and Schmidt both have 9 assists each. And Kormas with 6 from defensive mid. Fair play to him, fair play to him. But that is it for today's episode. Thank you for continuing this mini journey with Basel as we look to regain their league title status. I've been Paul, Osnun's Northman. I'll see you next time.